recording the meeting, okay, so that people who don't join can benefit from the recording later on. So this is Consensus AI. It is research assistant. You see, it is assistant. It does not replace you. The problem is that some people use it to replace them, and this is where they start facing problems doing their research. They want something to replace them for thinking, writing, and so on and so forth. So here, this is a research assistant, Consensus. So ask the research. So since we have here an MA student and we have other participants as well, suppose that I want to write about something and I don't know how to start that thing. So probably since our student Said Ahmed is concerned with religious translation. So for example, he wants to write about it. So we can say, what are the modern trends in religious translation? Okay. Religious translation research. So you want to write about that. So you have to be like, I know that the MA student is not required to be innovative. This is for the PhD, but if the MA student can be innovative as well, so why not? So let's see how the tool answers this. So it starts by literature reviewing, you see here, and see what it gives you. Translation, research in the Arabic language, a bibliometric study. Here it talks about Quran translation as the most prevalent topic, but face geographical disparities and a disconnect from English language research. You know, when you read about previous research, you get to know the research gap, because if there is no research gap, why should you write and choose a topic to write about in the first place? And the research gap informs the statement of the problem on the basis of the previous studies. By the way, previous studies is the, I would say, because I spent like 38 years in service in the higher education, I supervised more than 30 MA students and PhD students, and the most thing that they hate is doing previous studies thing. They hate this step a lot because it requires them to do research, to study the papers or books, to understand them, and then to come up with limitations. But this is foundational, you know. Unless you research, you read, and you understand what other people did before you, how is it possible for you to see the limitations of these studies and the research gaps in the literature, and then you decide to pick something to write about? And how your problem statement is going to be informed when you don't know what the problem is. So this is foundational. This is very important. So here we have modern religious translation trends. Here it gives you like the answer to this question. Religious translation research now centers on Quran translation, with newer work shifting from text-only comparison toward translator agency, ideology, gender, pedagogy, and eye assistant analysis. So you see here, it gives you a new perspective, how religious translation is now being considered. This is what I talked about in my paper, translator agency. Because when you translate, it is not just that you pick the source text and then because you have language proficiency and you are bicultural and bilingual, and then you start transferring that from the source culture into the target culture. There are so many things that come into play and affect that. You have the translator. Who is the translator? Especially as far as religious translation is concerned. You have Christians translating the Quran. You have Jewish translating the Quran. You have Buddhists. You have Muslims. You have those who were originally Muslims or those who are converted from Christianity to Islam. So all these different backgrounds affect your perspective. What sort of ideology you are adopting. And you know that for the Quran thing, there are so many interpretations. So which interpretations are you picking? You see? And there is now also a modern trend in religious translation that they don't read the interpretations of the Quran, but they read the Quran directly and they translate it directly, trying to understand the text as it is without like other interpretations which are outside the text itself. So here it gives you like Arabic and GCC focused bibliometric studies also show a broader field view, move from theoretical debates towards applied technological quality assessment work. You see, when you read that, and this is 2024, so it gives you here the key takeaway and what this study is about. And here it gives you the timeline of the research since 2000. Okay, so this is the timeline. See, and whenever you put your cursor, it gives you what? A study. You see? So this is translation studies today, all the problems and the new challenges. Here you have literary translation research in China. Here you have translation research in the Arabic language. And they are given numbers. Okay. So this is the timeline. So you see from 2020 till 2026. So this is timeline of modern religious translation research themes. You see how quickly the results appeared? You would take so much time to go through all that. But this was given to you by having access to all these papers and then giving you the main themes of these papers and created a timeline for you. And here you have what is the early foundations, and all this is supported by studies. How this is how this tool is different from ChatGPT,
Yeah, it gives you the sources.
from Copilot, from Gemini. When you especially ChatGPT, it gives, when I use ChatGPT, it gives me the hell of a time. It keeps on changing its mind every now and then. Whenever I put something and ask about it, it tells me, yes, it's good, but it needs so and so. Then I do the so and put it again. And then it says, yes, it's good, but it also needs to be done in this way. So like for 10 or 12 times, it keeps on changing its mind. And then when it gives you the list of references, most of the times those references are not found. Even when I ask for the DOI, I come up with an error. You see, but and this takes a lot of time, and time is crucial for the researcher. So when you have this tool, here you have the study, and here you can trace and this is the DOI of the study, and this is where it is published. So it is authentic reference. So this is one of the problems that we face with Copilot, with Gemini, with ChatGPT, with Claude, it's also called Reka, that you have to verify the reference yourself. You have to keep on searching. But here, the citation is given. This is the DOI, you see. So here it makes security verification. Okay, and then it can lead me now to the sometimes it keeps on verifying more than once. The IP address has not been recognized to access this page. Okay, now, so an error took place. Let's check that also again. Okay, let's see.
For example, we have recently Copilot.
Copilot, yeah, Copilot also has a problem with the like the DOI. And I usually find problems with it. So, for example, let's have this translation research. So this is the DOI. If we copy it and put it here, probably we will come up with the paper. You see, translation research in the Arabic language. So it appeared here. You see, this is the same. Translation research in the Arabic language. International Journal of Linguistics, Literature and Translation. This is the DOI. When I copy pasted it, it appeared here. You see? Translation research. And this is the abstract. This is the article information. Okay. Sometimes you have the work is open access. You can have the PDF. Other times you have to pay for that. And here we have downloads. You see 1,427 downloads. And this is the PDF. Again, this verification takes time sometimes. I don't want to go this process because it keeps on recurring now and then. But you can verify. When you verify, you can get access to the PDF of this research. So here it gives you the early foundations, then it gives you the expansion in 2020s, and then these are the current frontiers. So, and it gives you evidence gaps, you see. You see, the clearest gap is reader reception. The clearest gap. This could be very beneficial for you, Mr. Ahmed. You are dealing with religious translation. So one recent Quran study explicitly calls for reception research across communities. And this is in new 2024-2025. A second gap is balance across traditions. You see, modern religious translation therefore tends toward evaluative. So all these were given to you in a very good way, and these are the references. The abstract of the references. You see here it gives you literature review, evidence synthesis, a narrative summary, helpful for. So what is it helpful for? So supporting quotes. You can benefit from all these. Explore a graph, like it gives you a graph to explore. You see how beneficial this this tool is? Have you heard about it before?
No, this is the first time.
So here you have the graph. You see the graph? So it seems that this one is foundational, 2024. And then probably these are the citations. You see how these are related? 1982, 1999, 2014, 2018, 2021. And whenever
all of these are codes he mentioned in his research.
And mentioned in this paper.
Okay.
You see? Very helpful, isn't it? Yeah, when you have this graph to inspect, and whenever you put it on something, on one of these, it gives you what is about. You see? So it is it is very time effective. And here you have more details. Citation graph details, and you have the ranking, generating a graph, direct citation, co-citation, bibliographical coupling. So as if it gives you whatever is needed in your research. You see? Translating the sacred text. So here you have 20 papers around Quran translation. And here you can also ask questions related to these 20 papers attached. And turn on to get a more thorough literature review. So it gives you even like.
So
yes,
can we consider that it give you the like sources for your studies?
Yes, it is very helpful in your previous studies stuff. You know, we started by asking about new trends in this kind of area, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because we said that you are now, it seems that Mr. Ahmed is now our case study for today. So he is you are an MA student and you are in your preparatory phase and you want to write about religious translation. So definitely one would be interested in modern trends in religious translation research. So your initial approach was that you want to see the appropriateness, the adequacy of translations, but you didn't have all these things in mind. You see, now you have the modern trends and you have the, and it is not just like equivalence. It's not just about equivalence. You know, when it comes to the Quran, we don't talk about the translator's agency also. We also talk about the publication house, you see? We also talk about the editor. All these have voices and all of them interfere. And it also depends on the translators themselves. Does the translator, for example, consult Muslim scholars in, for example, Al-Azhar University? Does he consult the scholars from, for example, people in Al-Najaf, people in Iran, people in Syria? You know, all these different geographical areas, all these different backgrounds, these come up with different interpretations, different ideologies. All these work together to produce a translation. So it is not like, you see, we have like 10 minutes and we are running out of time. So this is about Zoom. So probably if the time ends, we have to wait for 10 minutes and then come once more. Yeah, so this is our first workshop. I tried to find an application that we can use for more time than that time. I tried some of them, but they didn't work for me well.
You can't use Google Meet?
We can use Google Meet, yes, probably next time. Are you comfortable with Google Meet? Because we also have to take the opinion of other participants. Probably I will try Google Meet next time. So this is like an introduction, okay? So when you are now in the phase of writing about a topic, whether you are an MA, a PhD, or simply like a university teacher, and you want to go for a promotion, put your field of interest here, ask about the modern trends. And yes, Mr. Adjubori, do you have a question? Yes, please.
تفضل أستاذ عباس.
I ask if I can use. Do you hear me?
Yes, of course.
I ask if I can use filter for search about quartile Q1, Q2, and specific years. Most of universities require of researchers.
Yeah, you mean Scopus indexed journals.
Reliable, Clarivate, and so on.
Yes, of course, you can put your question.
We can use filter and prompt.
Yes, you mean this same tool that you want to like
Yes.
use journals which are Scopus indexed, right? In order to get
Exactly.
So we can like what are the modern
consensus tool? In consensus tool, we can use filter and prompt at the right, bottom right. We can search filter.
Yes.
And rectangle research.
Yes, why not? You also have in this. Are you familiar with this tool? Yeah, this is the filter. Yeah. So this is the journal rank. Yeah, quartile 1 to 4. You can choose it from here. Yes, you can choose it from here. You have the citations, excluded preprints, open access. You have, so here you can like sort out what you want to look for. Yeah, you can sort out. Here you have identify research gaps, compare two approaches, how research has evolved, and then when you go down, you see 10 days of literature review into a few minutes. Yeah, and this is what is it about, that it accelerates the process. Yes, and here it gives you like it suggests.
Then cut, Ms. Alia. Then after search, can we make comparison between two or more research for?
Yes, when you want to compare, like, yes, why not? You can upload here, probably for next time. Yani I would appreciate it because this is our starting point, and I don't know anything about your backgrounds and your interests. So in order to make the workshop effective, I would appreciate if now those who are present in the workshop now go into the WhatsApp, okay, and give me your questions, your interests, so that when I prepare a workshop in the future, I would answer these questions and yes, and then try to satisfy your field of interest. You see? Because now I know nothing about you. It happened that I asked Mr. Said Ahmed, and then he was the case study for us today. And I was happy because now this has given him insight into his future research. I think that this is very beneficial for him. And I will definitely give you the workshop on Quran translation. Perhaps you can benefit from that also. So people here now joining us, and I'm honored by their presence. Please give me your questions, your fields of interests, what you are concerned about, so that I can gear my workshop towards your needs. You see what I mean? I want to put the workshop towards your needs. So perhaps we can do that in the future. Okay. And now we have limited time, and then the Zoom meeting will end. So is it okay for now that you go into the WhatsApp and give me your field of interest, what you want me to talk to you about, how do you want to use the AI tool, what AI tools you are familiar with, what new AI tools you want to be acquainted with, and so on. اوكي ان شاء الله. فاذا دخلتوا على الواتساب وخليتوا لي يعني مثلا ادوات الذكاء الاصطناعي اللي انتم مهتمين بيها، مثلا مجال دراستكم عبارة عن يعني شنو هو مجال الدراسة، يعني مثلا كيف تستخدم الأداة في هذه الجزئية بالذات. هاي المعلومات اللي انتم راح تنطوني اياها هذه يسموها needs analysis، يعني شنو احنا بدنا نحلل احتياجات المتواجدين في الوركشوب. بناء على احتياجاتكم أنا أقدر أخصص كل فترة محاضرة على قد وقت الزوم نحكي بيها بهذا الموضوع اللي يخص جزئية معينة. حتى أقدر أسوي لي مثلا جدول بالوركشوبس، كل وركشوب نوفي بيها، يعني نفي باحتياجات معينة للباحثين الموجودين، لأن تدون مجال البحث العلمي يعني واسع جدا، ممكن أتكلم عن شيء أنتم already تعرفوه، فأنا أريد الأشياء اللي أنتم تردوها حتى نتكلم عنها. أوكي، هسه بقالنا بس دقيقتين، إذا أحد عنده سؤال أو استفسار. تمام إن شاء الله اتفقنا إن شاء الله.
So much.
Okay. شكرا جزيلا for being with me here
الآن
today.
هناك شخص يريد أن يسأل realme.
Yes, who wants to ask a question? Yes, I'm listening. Okay.
There's no one. So are we going back to Zoom in a few minutes or just for next session?
No, it will be for next session, because as I told you, I want you to give me مثل ما اتفقنا. What do you want me to talk about? Which AI tool you want to inspect? What is your field of interest? إذا أعطيتوني احتياجاتكم أقدر أرتب ورش العمل حسب الاحتياجات. بس أنا هسه دا أحكي بشكل عام، أنا ما أريد أتكلم عن موضوع أنتم already تعرفوه، نريد نحن نتكلم عن موضوعات أنتم تريدون تصير عندكم بها معرفة. That would be better. Okay, for next time then. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm very thankful. Have a great day. Thank you and bye. Thank you.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. مع السلامة. الله وياك.